All right, so today we want to have a look at Hapag Lloyd, which is a German transport and logistics company from Hamburg. As you can see from the image, Hapag Lloyd is in the business of container vessels and also a logistics company, and mainly a logistics company, taking care of transporting industrial goods across the globe. But of course, they do also own container ships, so that's pretty cool in itself. Let's take a look at the main three reasons why we are looking at Hapag Lloyd today. I've called them special situations, and we will go through them one by one now. So the first and perhaps most interesting of them is the high profitability of the company, which they attribute to increasing automation. So I think this is quite unique if you look at the industry. So at other big companies like Maersk, Evergreen, Hapag Lloyd actually has the highest earnings per container ratio. This means for every container shipped, they make the most money. And how do they do this? They mainly attribute it to the successful order process automation platform that they've introduced called Quick Quotes in 2018. This is a tool where you can, as a customer in the web or through an app, get a quick quote if you want to ship something with Hapag Lloyd, and then also use this quote, which you get within minutes apparently, to then confirm your order. And of course, Hapag Lloyd saves a lot of money in their organization by automating this process. And they've also understood this, and they want to extend this tool now for door-to-door deliveries, which I think is a very interesting prospect. So not just from harbor to harbor, but door-to-door. Something else they specified in their annual report is the best-in-class web channel, by which they mean best-in-class marketing through the web, best-in-class customer retention and customer success through the web. So they are very focused also on their digital strategy, which is a good thing in my opinion. And of course, if they extend this system further, you can imagine what kind of possibilities they have through this offering. Another special situation is the shareholder structure and the related extreme price development of the stock in the past. So Hapag Lloyd only has a free float of 3.6% at the moment because they have several large institutional investors. And this has led to some very interesting behavior if we take a look at the stock price. So at the beginning of 2020, this was between 70 and 80 euros. Then went down a little bit in March due to the COVID situation, but then increased to or spiked to more than 180 euros and subsequently collapsed again to around 40 euros. Before then steadily climbing now since October to a profit of almost 100% since mid-October. And this behavior I attribute it to the small free float that there was this extreme price movement mid-May. But of course, maybe you have a different opinion. Just comment down below what you think. So another thing about Hapag Lloyd that's not entirely positive is the special situation with the debt. Hapag Lloyd has a very high debt to equity ratio, currently around 70%. And this high debt has led to a poor rating by Standard & Poor's and Moody's in the past. But this rating has now steadily increased to be the highest since 2010. The debt itself was also caused by two major mergers with UAC and CSVA, both also large logistic companies in the past. And so I'm quite positive that they can overcome this debt. Another thing is that Hapag Lloyd was actually founded by two shipping companies, Hapag and Lloyd, in 1970. So by merging two shipping companies in 1970, Hapag and Lloyd. So you could say that they've managed to successfully merge companies in the past, and as it looks now, they've also successfully started with integrating both UASC and CSVA. If we take a look at the fundamental analysis, we can see that the revenue in 2019 was 12.6 billion. The market cap is 16.1 billion at the moment, and the EBIT that is expected for 2020 is between 1.1 and 1.3 billion euros. This is a significant increase over the EBIT in 2019, which was only 0.8 billion, despite the corona crisis, which is in itself also quite extraordinary. So this leaves us with a price to earnings ratio of 18 in 2020, which is not cheap, but also not expensive. Coming now to the conclusion, I think the company has a very interesting digital strategy and is also a leader in this area in their business, as we can see by their highest in class earnings per container ratio. And so I think that is very interesting, and they can also capitalize probably in the future on this. I think their Piotrowski score is very high compared also to their business sector. So that's also very positive. On the negative side, we have to say the stock price increased over 100% in the last 3 months. So it is not a no-brainer anymore, but still a good choice for an investment. And we have to keep in mind that they have a high debt. So I hope you liked the video, and see you next time.